One morning, Larry was pulling a passenger train known as the Flyer. It only runs as far as Otisville, but carries streamlined cars for the other railroad and electric MU cars for the Otisville Electric Railroad. When Larry steamed into Otisville, he found Kyra waiting at the station. "Hello, Kyra," called Larry. "Hello, Larry," replied Kyra. "Do you know where Danielle is?" "I think she's helping out at the seaport for the day," Larry answered. "That's strange," pondered Kyra. "She was supposed to show me around today." Larry thought for a moment. He was busy with work of his own and didn't have time to help Kyra. Then he remembered Sarah was working at Middletown. "I'll take you to Sarah," he said at last. "She'll show you around." "Thank you, Larry," replied Kyra. Soon Larry and Kyra were coupled to a train of MU trailers and set off. The two engines steamed into Middletown Station. "Hey, Sarah," called Larry. "Oh, what do you want?" Sarah replied. "This is Kyra. Danielle was supposed to show her around, but she's been called away to the seaport. Can you help her?" "Sure," replied Sarah. Soon Kyra and Sarah were busy in Middletown Yard, shunting the different freight cars into place. She adjusted well, and soon she was working on her own. Larry was impressed. "For a new engine, you certainly learned the ropes pretty well." "Thanks, Larry," replied Kyra. "It's just like my old railroad, just a little bit different." Not only was Kyra a hard worker, she was also very friendly, and all the engines got along well with her. That is, except Roger. "Look at her," he said to Amber in the sheds one evening. "She puffs around here like she owns the place." "No, she doesn't," retorted Amber. "She's only working hard and being herself." "Oh, pa," snorted Roger. Just then Lisa, the owner of the big florist in South Plainsville, came to see Kyra. "Kyra, I've ordered some special flowers for Valentine's Day. Could you please go to Otisville and collect them for me?" "Oh, yes," replied Kyra excitedly. "I will, Lisa. You can count on me." "Now she's getting special trains," grumbled Roger. "This is ridiculous." At that moment, Ray walked up with news for Roger. "Roger, I need your help. Khadijah has broken down. I need you to take her train on to Otisville and then bring a freight train back here tomorrow morning." And before Roger could protest, Ray walked away. "That sounds very special," said Amber sweetly. Roger didn't reply. He just glared at Amber. The next morning, Roger begrudgingly collected the freight train and set off down the main line. He passed Kyra, who was waiting for clearance into the yard to pick up the flowers. She whistled, but Roger didn't reply. Now, the day before, Jessica's recycling train had derailed. And although nobody was hurt and the mess had been cleared, the tracks were damaged. So Amber was dispatched out with a work train to repair them. This meant the main line was down a single track between Oscawana and Middletown. The freight cars, seeing Roger was already frustrated, tried their best to make it worse. Roger ignored them, but his patience was running out fast. As they passed over the switch to get onto the other line, the freight cars began bumping and banging about. "Stop your foolishness right now," snapped Roger. As soon as those words left Roger's mouth, he heard a loud hissing noise, and his brakes came on. "Oh, now what?" complained Roger. "An air hose could have broke," said Roger's driver. "The conductor will let us know in a minute." Just then the conductor walked up, looking flustered. "What is it?" called Roger's driver. "Broken air hose? Broken knuckle?" "It's worse than that," replied the conductor. "The whole draw head has been ripped off the last boxcar right before the hoppers. Tucker's gonna have to bring up a car repair team from Harmon. And the end of our train is blocking the line." Roger was furious. The conductor instructed Roger to pull forward to the level crossing. It wasn't long before train traffic was held up on either side of the obstruction. The first engine to arrive was Larry. He was pulling the flyer again. Oh, Roger, what have you done now? It wasn't me, it was these stupid cars. I know cars are troublesome, teased Larry, but you can't blame them for all your mistakes. Meanwhile, behind the obstruction, Kyra was talking calmly to Amber when the track repair foreman walked up. We just got a call. Tucker will be here in about 2 hours with the car repair team. That's too long of a wait, said Amber. We can't keep the main line closed for that long. Kyra thought for a moment. Why don't I just push Roger's train out of the way? That's the way the main line can be cleared up. That's a great idea, Amber said. I agree, said the foreman. I'll call the towerman and let them know what you're doing. So Kyra uncoupled from her freight cars and puffed up to the end of Roger's train. And after she was coupled, she pushed the cars over the switch and down to where Roger was waiting. Roger and Larry were still arguing when they heard a whistle. That sounds like Kyra, said Larry. And of course it was. Did anybody lose the end of their train? Asked Kyra. Roger went red in the face. Larry laughed. Well done, Kyra, he said. Because Larry had a high priority passenger train, Kyra recoupled to her cars and pulled onto the other track so he could pass. And as soon as Larry was clear, she continued on her way to South Plainsville with the train of flowers. About an hour later, Tucker arrived with the car repair team. And as soon as the drawhead was replaced, Roger continued on, although he was very, very late indeed. By sundown, the railroad was back to normal. Roger was working on his last job of the day when he passed by Kyra and Larry in a siding. Hey, Kyra, said Roger. Thank you for helping me today. I'm very sorry about being rude to you. That's all right, said Kyra. I was gonna just let you block the main line like that. It was a very clever idea indeed, said Larry. Indeed it was, agreed Roger. You are without a doubt a great addition to our railroad. That made Kyra smile. After Aiden went away, Kyra was left to manage alone. She did so, easily.
Rules and tables like that now. The D&D, so we call it Dumb and Dumber. It's John Samar. Stay on ask her. Yeah, so they stop. Watco takes care of all Phillips 66's other plants. All of them. And we were the only one that Watco didn't do.